Leon here. Welcome to At Home with Music, and the next video in this series is Music Important to God. Now, to continue laying a foundation for the study that we're going to be doing, let's get some basic definitions. First of all, let's get a basic definition of music. What is music? Well, this is from the Concise Heritage Dictionary. Music is the art of organizing sound so as to elicit an aesthetic response in a listener. Now, that's a fancy way of saying music is organized sound, otherwise it's just noise, and it elicits or it brings forth a response to those who are hearing it. Maybe they're emotionally moved and pleased, or maybe they're kind of offended or they don't like it. Nonetheless, it's organized sounds that elicit or bring forth a response. Another definition, this is from the Concise Heritage Dictionary: vocal or instrumental sounds having some degree of rhythm, melody, and harmony. Another definition, a musical composition or body of such compositions. Or finally, any aesthetically pleasing, just basically any sound that is pleasing to the ear, or a harmonious sound or combination of sounds. And the word music comes from the Greek musik. Now, I don't speak Greek, although I did study Greek in graduate school. So while I can read some Greek, I can't really speak it. So I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but it's spelled, when you transliterate it into English, M-O-U-S-I-K-E. The art of the muses is what it literally means, music. Now, there are some key words from this definition. First of all, in the first definition, we learned that music is an art. And what is art? Well, art is the activity of creating beautiful things. And God has given each of us a desire to create. I believe that there are many people in the world who could be creative, but they've convinced themselves that they are not. And I remember a quote, and I wish I could remember who said it. It might have been John Lennon. It might have been Frank Zappa. I can't remember. But all children are artists until they are convinced otherwise. One of the greatest blessings of my life was that I started playing music when I was 12 years old, and I was never discouraged from doing so. And I was never really discouraged from pursuing music as a career. So I've been very fortunate in that way. Nobody tried to convince me that I wasn't an artist, although I went through a period of time on my own when I decided I can't be an artist. Artists are like, they're just not valuable. Well, the older I get, the more I realize that creative people who bring beauty into the world, they are to be revered, they're to be admired, and they are to be emulated. And so if you're a child, if you're a young person, and you want to create something, whether it be in music or drawing, art, writing, I encourage you, keep pursuing it. Don't let anybody tell you that you're not an artist. And so there are a lot of people who could be creative, but were convinced somehow that they were not, and they gave up on it. My hope is that you will never give up on the art of creativity. And of course, our focus here in this series is the art of music, the art of creating pleasing sounds. God has planted within all of us a desire to create. And what do you want to create? Well, remember, music is the art of creating sound. Now, this is an interesting thing about music. It is intangible. You see, if you're a painter, you can create a painting. You might even be able to see one on the wall behind me there. It's kind of cut off in the frame, but it's actually a beautiful painting of a sunset. Actually, it's a photograph, but nonetheless, it is art. And you can look at it. I can walk up to it. I can touch it. Now, actually, that's a photograph that my wife Cheryl took. But it is art. And if you make a painting, I've got several paintings hanging in our house here. Maybe I'll take you on a tour someday. And you can reach out, you can touch them, you can look at them. But music is intangible, meaning you can't touch it. And this gives it something of an air of mystery. Let me ask you a question. Do you ever have a song running through your head? Just like you wake up one day and you're just thinking about a song and it's running through your mind. Well, think about it. Music is the only art that can happen with. You see, you don't wake up with the Statue of Liberty running through your mind. You don't wake up with Mount Rushmore running through your mind, or the Mona Lisa. Well, maybe you visualize the Mona Lisa, but it's not running through your mind. But a song can run through your mind. I wake up a lot of times with a song of the day, and it might be a really good day. A beautiful hymn runs through my mind as I wake up. I wake up and I start singing Holy, 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 or Blessed Assurance or something. On a bad day, I wake up singing, a horse is a horse, of course, of course. Yeah, well, now I've done it. I've planted that song in your mind. But some days, I even have one of my own songs that I've written running through my mind, and then I feel like an egomaniac. Oh my goodness. But nonetheless, there are sounds that make up music, and they're organized by the composer, by the creator. There's rhythm, there's melody, there's harmony. And the composer or the creator may be writing to please an audience or simply to please himself or herself. Most composers, of course, want to please an audience. So music is an art, it's a creation of sound or the organization of sound, and also there is a response that is desired. We are affected by what we hear. We can be moved by a beautiful piece of music. Have any of you ever had the experience of being moved to tears by music that is so beautiful that you can hardly believe it? Well, maybe that's, some men wouldn't want to admit to that, but yeah, I've had that happen to me. There are pieces of music to this day that I can't listen to without getting a little bit choked up, because that's the response that it brings forth in me. Some music can be very annoying, but music will always produce a response. So that's the beginning of our definition of music. I don't want this video to go on too long, so we're going to pick this up in the next video as we continue to lay the foundation for what we're going to be talking about when we're talking about, is music important to God?